Hi, I'm Artis Farrow, and I'm actually the founder and the director of NetFX Traders. And we're a socially responsible company, and we're involved in ethical fashion. So we make a ton of different designs in recycled and repurposed materials. And all the while, we're bringing these great bags to the U.S. market. We are providing training, great jobs, and good working conditions for disenfranchised Cambodians. And let me tell you, from my experience, I'm surrounded by women who are doing great things. And you just get this sense that women always want to make a difference, whether it's with their family, with their local community, with a group that they share an interest in, or with it's a business or a global issue. Women want to have an impact. You know, it's core to us to nurture and mentor other people. And so it's so exciting to be a woman entrepreneur. And as an entrepreneur, we're creating products for the market. And I think sometimes women forget how incredibly powerful we are as shoppers. And the more conscious and aware we become as shoppers, we start shopping for change and asking ourselves, who made it, how is it made, what is it made of, we can change the world. And if you just, I look back on the last couple of decades, and I look at industries like organic foods. Remember when we used to get all those pesticides-covered fruit and vegetables at the grocery store, and we'd have to rinse them and wash them and give them to our family? Then we started going to farmers market, and we could find organic food. And then organic stores started to pop up. And now, if you look, the organic food business is huge, and every major grocery is following our example with the organic food section. There's other industries that we've changed. Look at yoga. When I started yoga when I was very small, there might have been 2 or 3 yoga studios in a major metropolitan area. Now there's dozens, and there's fancy yoga wear. There's Lululemon, there's Fabletics, there's small brands popping up. So again, it's this ripple effect. When women focus their attention and their buying power somewhere, the industry changes, communities change, and the world changes. So that's why it's so exciting to be an entrepreneur at this particular time. And it's so proud to be part of a movement of women globally who are really, really changing things and creating sustainable futures. So let me tell you a little bit about my story and the story of how NetFX came to be. I think like all entrepreneurs, there comes a point where you just have a realization and you decide that you're going to do something. I saw a quote recently that I absolutely loved, and it's anonymous, but it said, I used to see situations and think someone should do something about that. And then I realized that someone was me. Well, that's exactly what happened to me. I retired after a great career working for companies like Apple and Disney and Lucasfilm. And I went to Cambodia with this desire to help and empower women and children in a developing nation. I worked for a nonprofit organization for a couple of years, working with women in some of the poorest areas in the capital city, Phnom Penh. You can't imagine the conditions these women were in and how they were struggling to take care of their family and feed their family. And what I realized is that I saw them struggling, and then I also experienced women who had gotten training and had fair wage jobs. And these women had such economic independence. They could make sure their kids were well fed. They could make sure their kids were going to school. If they were in an abusive marriage, they could leave that marriage because they had the finances to do it. And also, they just blossomed with self-confidence and self-esteem and pride of workmanship and the joy of working with a team. So when my contract was complete, I had become an advocate of trade, not aid. I really wanted to be on the side of conversation where I could help provide training, good jobs, fair wages to women in Cambodia. And that's how we started. And I had carried a couple of these amazing repurposed net bags for the time I was working, and they were indestructible. I loved them. So I actually went to the owner of the company, of Peace Handicraft, Yekong Tang, and I approached her about doing a partnership and creating products for the U.S. market. And the great thing was that she's an extraordinary human being. Her story is amazing. But her company is focused on providing training for polio and landmine survivors, for the hearing impaired, for women who used to be trash pickers, So really people who would never get the opportunity for training and jobs. So when I heard this, and I heard that the materials are repurposed and recycled, I knew that I had the perfect partnership. And that's how NetEffects Traders was born. One of the most delightful things about being an entrepreneur is building a team and having a team. So we have the most incredible team in Cambodia. And again, these are mostly people who would not have had a chance for training or good jobs, would not be financially independent. So it's so thrilling to think that we're a part of making that possible for them, impacting their lives in that positive way. And the other thing is we have this whole philosophy of team. You know, we're all about partnership and not philanthropy. We really don't see ourselves as helping someone. We see ourselves as working together with someone. And that includes everyone on our staff in the U.S. It also includes all our customers and fans who are so important to our success and to our ability to meet our mission. And look at our incredible products. I mean, these are made from repurposed industrial netting that would be thrown into the dump. So we basically rescue it, and our brilliant team, again, does all the design work, puts the net together with different colors to make different colored bags. You can see them here. And again, they're water resistant, stain resistant. It's amazing the quality of this fabric and the quality of the workmanship. And we're expanding our line now. I'm so excited because we want to bring more products to our customers. So we're looking at bags that are made from rice bag material, from remnants, from repurposed fabric. And again, we continually look for opportunities to create sustainable products that are eco-friendly, that are cruelty-free. So as an entrepreneur, I'll tell you what's important is to stay inspired. And I'm inspired by so many things. I'm inspired, of course, by our team and the changes in their lives. I'm inspired by my peers, other colleagues and women and men who are entrepreneurs, who are creating new businesses and going through all the ups and downs and challenges. I'm inspired by our customers because their feedback is so important and the fact that they love our products is so amazing. And I'm inspired by icons from the industry, women who stepped out and created new businesses, new industries to really empower women. So this fact that this is a global movement, that it's happening everywhere, that women are stepping up and coming into business and politics and really owning our power, it inspires me every single day. It's always such a privilege and a delight to share the story of NetEffects Traders and the impact that we're committed to. And I hope that you'll all remember this notion of shopping for change and the power we have as women consumers. And you'll start asking yourself more often, who made this? How was it made? What is it made of? Before you make a buying decision. And I want you all to consider the quote that I gave at the beginning about, you see a situation, you think somebody should do something about that. And then you realize that someone is me. And I invite you to be a someone. Be a someone who's a stand for women. Be a someone who's empowering others, who's working for a future generation, and someone who's helping create a great, sustainable future for everyone.